Now to an update on a story that we first brought you last summer when a local activist named Vox Booker said that he was jumped by a group of white men near Bloomington, Indiana on July 4th, saying that they pinned him to a tree and threatened to, quote, get a noose after they say that he and his friends trespassed on private property. You may remember this video that went viral showing part of the incident.
Let him go. Let him go, dude. Let him go. Let him go, please. Let him go.
But more than a year later, Booker says that he's now facing charges himself in the altercation. Vox Booker, kind enough to join us tonight. Vox, two of the men involved in the altercation last year with you received felony charges and are due in court later this month. But now the special prosecutor from Monroe County has filed felony assault and misdemeanor trespassing charges against you as well. Explain why you believe this is happening.
First of all, to have charges filed against you in your own hate crime is outrageous. I believe the motivation behind this is simply that for the last year, the special prosecutor, Sonia Learcamp, has pressured me that I should forgive these men. She's talked about this idea she had of a forgiveness tool and how good it would be for the community, and seemed more concerned about that than my actual welfare.
But why do you feel that she is going forward with pressing charges against you?
I think it's an intimidation technique. I don't know if she really means to carry these all the way through, or if her intent is just to get me to back down and not make a fuss when she dismisses charges against these men.
We did reach out to the Monroe County Special Prosecutor's Office, and she said that she is, quote, ethically restrained from commenting upon the evidence prior to trial, and that she is, quote, doing my best to apply the law to the facts. What evidence do you have to back your claim that these charges are being filed because you didn't participate in the restorative justice effort?
Well, one of the things is the participation agreement itself that was first drafted. The first draft that she gave me locked me into confidentiality. It contractually obligated me to agree with the dismissal of charges, and it dictated that I would participate in a joint press conference.
Now, David Hennessy, the attorney for two of the other parties, had no comment on your charges, but has said in the past that you were, quote, the instigator and the agitator, and that you punched one of the men 3 times and had to be restrained. What's your response to that?
It's the oldest trope in the book that the black man is the aggressor. It would ask one to believe that I would go up to a group of drunken white men wearing Confederate flag hats and grossly outnumbered and suddenly start assaulting them.
So you're saying that you never punched anyone there?
No. So the initial confrontation started after I walked away. It was obvious that it was going to potentially be a dangerous situation. I walked away. The gentleman, I use that term loosely, stalked me like an animal through the woods, caught me from behind, and assaulted me. And
so, but a lot of people are going to say, though, but did you punch them? And so I just want to get just a no or yes answer to that.
Well, I think I did what you or any sensible person would do. When you're attacked by a group of people fighting for your life, of course, you're going to tussle back and forth and try to just stay alive any way you can.
And you've been charged with trespassing on that property in the past. You have said that organizers of the event that you were attending gave you permission to walk through. Will you be able to prove that?
Both the Department of Natural Resources and the FBI have confirmed that I was attacked on public land. The issue of trespassing is that while I was crossing through the property earlier in the day, was whether or not I was trespassing. And yes, I can confirm that the event organizer gave me permission. He had received permission from the landowner. We actually have it in writing.
Just wanted to get you to kind of give us a deeper dive for this quote that you gave. You said there's nothing more American than charging a black man in his own attempted lynching.
Dr. King called blackness in America stigmata. From the very founding documents of our nation, black folks were rendered as not only less than a person, but as property. So when we have these issues of property rights, whether we're talking about folks protesting in the streets, whether we're talking about whether or not I was trespassing on someone's land. The idea that property is somehow tantamount to the worth of my life is very American. And honestly, some folks feel like the only thing that happened that was wrong was that these men should have succeeded when they attacked me and accused me of trespassing on their property.
Mr. Hennessy also said last year that you were, quote, putting forth a false narrative about that day, a year after what you say was a threatened lynching. What do you want people to know about that day and its impact on you and beyond?
You know, I felt safe in my community. I am a respected figure. I've been a public figure, a human rights commissioner. Never did I imagine that folks would attack me and beat me and threaten me with a noose in 2020. I need folks to understand that these are issues that are still happening, that it's very important that we still are pushing society forward. We saw the passage of Stop Asian Hate Act in record time, but for decades we haven't been able to pass a federal anti-lynching act. We have to understand that this hate can't be tolerated.
Mr. Vox Booker, so appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.